What if buying a piece of a house became as easy as buying a few shares of stock? For generations, real estate has been one of the strongest ways to build wealth in America. But for most young people, owning property has felt out of reach. Rising home prices, larger down payments, expensive mortgages, and strict lending rules have turned homeownership into a dream that keeps moving farther away. Now, a new idea is starting to change that. It is called tokenized real estate, and it could completely reshape how young investors think about property, ownership, and wealth. Instead of waiting years to save for a full house, tokenization allows a property to be divided into digital pieces. Those pieces can be sold as tokens on a blockchain. In simple terms, that means one expensive property can be split into smaller ownership units that more people can afford to buy. This is not just about technology. This is about access. It is about taking an asset that has traditionally been controlled by banks, large investors, and wealthy buyers, and opening it to people with smaller budgets. It is about turning real estate from something static and slow into something more flexible, more liquid, and potentially more democratic. But is this the future of homeownership, or just another financial trend? Today, we are breaking down the massive shift toward tokenized homeownership, how it works, why young investors are paying attention, and what risks they need to understand before jumping in. To understand why tokenization matters, we first need to understand the old system. Traditionally, if you wanted to own a home in the United States, you needed a large amount of money upfront. That usually meant a down payment, closing costs, credit checks, mortgage approval, and years of financial planning. For many young investors, especially those dealing with student loans, rent, inflation, and uncertain incomes, that path feels extremely difficult. Even if someone wants to invest in real estate, the entry barrier is often too high. A single property may require tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to start. That means a huge amount of capital gets locked into one asset in one location with limited flexibility. And that is the problem tokenization is trying to solve. Real estate has always been valuable. The issue is not the value itself. The issue is access. Most people can see the wealth potential of property. They understand that land, housing, and rental income can create long-term financial stability. But the system has made it difficult for ordinary investors to participate at an early stage. Tokenization changes the structure of ownership. Instead of forcing one person to buy an entire property, it lets multiple investors buy smaller slices of that same asset. So what exactly is tokenized real estate? At its core, tokenization means converting ownership rights into digital tokens on a blockchain. Each token can represent a share of a property, a percentage of rental income, or a claim on the asset's future value. Think of it like dividing a house into digital fragments. Instead of one buyer owning 100%, 1,000 investors might each own a small piece. This does not mean the house itself is physically broken apart. The building still exists in the real world. The token simply represents a recorded ownership interest in that asset. Blockchain is useful here because it can create a transparent and trackable record of who owns what. That makes it easier to transfer, verify, and manage ownership without relying entirely on old paperwork systems. In a traditional property deal, ownership transfer can be slow, expensive, and full of middlemen. Tokenization tries to simplify that process by using programmable digital records. That is why many people see it as more than just a crypto trend. They see it as a new financial infrastructure for property. And for young investors, that matters because it lowers the entry barrier. Instead of needing a massive mortgage, someone might be able to invest with a much smaller amount. Instead of waiting years to buy a full house, they might start building exposure to real estate through fractions. That is a big shift in mindset. Young investors are paying attention to this because it speaks directly to their situation. Many younger adults today feel locked out of traditional home ownership. Home prices have risen faster than wages in many places. Saving for a down payment can take years.
At the same time, people still want exposure to real estate because they know it can be a powerful wealth-building tool. Tokenization offers a different entry point. It allows someone to start small. It gives younger investors a way to participate in property markets without waiting until they can afford a full house. That is especially attractive for people who want to diversify their money instead of putting everything into stocks, cash savings, or high-rent living.
There is also the appeal of liquidity. Traditional real estate is usually difficult to sell quickly. If you own a house, you cannot just click a button and turn it into cash overnight. But digital tokens can, in theory, be traded more easily than physical property. That does not mean every token is highly liquid, but it does suggest a more flexible model than traditional ownership. This is why some people describe tokenized real estate as the bridge between property and modern digital finance. For young investors who grew up with apps, instant transactions, and online investing, this feels more natural than the old paper-heavy property world. It also matches a broader cultural shift. Younger generations are increasingly open to alternative assets, fractional investing, and technology-driven financial tools. So when they hear that they might be able to own part of a house, collect a share of the income, and potentially benefit from appreciation, it immediately gets attention. Let's make this real with a simple example.
Imagine a house in a growing U.S. market valued at $500,000. Instead of selling the whole home to one buyer, the property could be structured so that it is divided into 10,000 tokens. Each token might represent a small percentage of ownership. A young investor could then buy 20 tokens instead of buying the whole property. If the property earns rental income, that investor may receive a share based on the number of tokens owned. If the value of the property rises, the token value could rise as well. That is the big promise: lower entry cost, shared upside, and easier access. The blockchain ledger would record the ownership structure and transactions. Smart contracts could automate distributions, transfer rules, or compliance checks. In theory, this reduces friction and makes the process more efficient. For someone with a small budget, that can feel revolutionary. Instead of being priced out completely, they can get in early. Instead of waiting for one perfect moment to buy a house, they can slowly build exposure to real estate through digital ownership. That is why some people say tokenization may be to real estate what online brokerages were to stocks.
It does not eliminate the asset. It changes how people access it. One of the most interesting ideas behind tokenized ownership is the comparison with renting. Renting means you pay for the use of a house, but you usually do not build ownership in the property itself. Every month, money leaves your pocket, but the asset belongs to someone else. Tokenized ownership flips that logic. Instead of paying rent for a place you do not own, you could invest in a property that may generate income and grow in value over time. You are still taking risk, but now you have a stake in the asset. That is why many young investors find the concept so powerful. It creates the possibility of moving from passive tenant to partial owner. Of course, tokenized ownership is not the same as living in a house you own outright. It is more like participating in the financial side of real estate, rather than the personal use side. But even that distinction is important because it opens up a new path to wealth building. The third risk is liquidity. Even if tokens are supposed to be tradable, there may not always be enough buyers and sellers. In a stressful market, selling may still be difficult. The fourth risk is smart contract and technology risk. Blockchain systems can have bugs, errors, or security weaknesses. The fifth risk is misunderstanding the product. Some people may think buying a token is exactly the same as buying a house. It is not. It is a financial representation of ownership, and the legal rights can vary widely. That means investors need to read the structure carefully. They need to know what the token actually represents, how income is distributed, what happens if the property is sold, and what rights they really have. Without that clarity, tokenization can become confusing very quickly. Even with the risks, it is hard to ignore the direction this is heading. Real estate is one of the largest asset classes in the world, and technology is slowly changing how ownership works. We have already seen finance become more digital, more mobile, and more accessible. Real estate may be next.
For young investors, that could mean a future where owning property no longer requires waiting until midlife, taking on huge debt, or being born into wealth. Instead, it could mean starting with small digital slices, building exposure over time,
and participating in the market much earlier. That does not mean the old system disappears overnight. Traditional home buying will still exist. Many people will still want a place to live, not just a financial asset. But tokenized ownership may become an additional path. And in a world where affordability is shrinking, additional paths matter. If the system is changing, then the smartest investors are the ones who understand the change early. Not blindly, not emotionally, but with curiosity, discipline, and awareness of the risks. The massive real estate shift is not just about property. It is about who gets to own wealth in the first place. For decades, real estate was a closed door for many young investors. Tokenization is trying to turn that door into a wider entrance by breaking expensive assets into smaller digital pieces. Whether it becomes the next great investing revolution or just one more niche financial tool will depend on regulation, adoption, and trust. But one thing is clear. The idea of owning a part of a house with a small budget is no longer science fiction. It is becoming part of the conversation about the future of money, ownership, and opportunity. And for young investors watching the market today, that conversation may be just the beginning.